Hey mommies. So this video is gonna be about, because I'm like Spirit was like, Brianna, enough talking to us and venting to us, enough talking to us about the downloads that we give you. Okay, we already know what we're giving you. You need to get on YouTube and explain yourself. Okay, so there is controversy going around, men against women, women against men. I'm pretty sure you done heard it all about men need to be providers and men need to step up, and men complaining about women and doing this bull crap and doing this blah, 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 right? And if you're a feminist, I'm not a feminist, but but if you are, you know, you have that little essence to you about feminists, right? And you notice you just don't like patriarchy. You just don't like patriarchy. You don't like how the world is ruled by these men who want to just bring about war, abuse, and conquer all the time. And we have to realize, we have to be realistic, that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I mean, I'm going to end up getting that book, but I'm pretty sure that that book is literally talking about the coding and the makeup of a male and a female, and how a woman is way different than a man. Biologically, mentally, in all, right? We are not equal. And I'm gonna be real. You can go in the comments, you can fight me or whatever like that. We are not equal to men. Men are not equal to us. Okay? Now we can play this role of tough woman, aggressive woman, warrior woman, and all this stuff like that, or just beating our chests and saying that I can do more than a man. And yeah, especially if you're a single mom, you do more. You feel like you do more with your kids than the father does, because you have the kids full time, or you have more custody. You have custody of the kids, so you feel like you're doing more. Okay, but hold on one second. Okay, back to what I was saying. I had to pick up my prescription. So women, we are not makeup wise, and I'm not talking about cosmetic. I'm talking about our makeup internally, our DNA, genetics, who we are, right? We're not equipped to handle aggressive labor, and we are not equipped to handle it all, right? Because in general, we already taking care of the kids. And mind you, I'm not with the whole, unless you're baby daddy or unless your ex-husband or whoever is, if he's sane, his mind is sane, he's a good guy with the kids. I don't believe that a woman should be the sole provider. If you are going through burnout, if you are going through depression, if you are going through things that you need some time, gotta put on my seatbelt. You need some time for yourself. This is the reason why I teach about beauty. And beauty is involved with self-care, self-love, and then it's more in depth than surface level stuff, taking a bubble bath or getting your hair done and all this stuff like that. It's deeper. You have to understand why you're getting your hair done. You have to understand why you're doing these certain things. It's more in depth than, because if you don't understand the why behind why you're doing, it's just going to be out the window. And you're going to realize that I feel like I'm doing this for performance. I feel like I'm doing this for show. I feel like I'm doing this because somebody on the internet told me to do it, because that lady looked like she's living a soft life and I want that life too. But do you even understand the definition, the true meaning of having a soft life? And what I'm trying to explain to you is part of having a soft life is setting the boundaries and knowing that you need time for your mental. Your mental. You need peace. You need clarity. You can't get clarity, you can't get peace with children running around, a husband up your back, a baby daddy, you fighting with a baby daddy and all this stuff. Like, you cannot have that. Whatever this is. So, if that man is sane, put them kids on that man. Put them kids on that man. And sometimes you're going to have the resistance. And usually when you have the resistance, 9 times out of 10, especially if it's for your well-being, it's going to, and I spoke about this before on my other channel. It's going to, when you have resistance to something that's for your highest good, it's because you were supposed to take that direction. If it's just willy-nilly, like, okay, here, my dance teacher used to say, if you're not nervous, that means you're not even going to try. You're not even going to try. You're not even going to do your best. You're not going to do, because that nervousness comes from the perfectionist inside of you. Not even just the perfectionist. It comes from, I want to do good. I want to do my best. I want to make the right decision. I want to make sure everybody's good around me. And that resistance of giving your children to that man so you can have a peace of mind. Even on the days that it's not his time, say, hey, I'm having a crisis right now. You're going to have to get these kids, or you're going to have to get our child. You're going to have to get our child on this Monday, on this Tuesday, so I can breathe. So back to what I was really trying to say, what this video is about. I just have to say that a little bit. But the reason why I'm also making this video is because we are going against each other, warring against each other right now, because it's a fight right now between men and women, women and men, because of the abuse that women suffered for so long. And it's still going on in other countries. How women don't have rights. Certain rights, women getting taken advantage of because these patriarchal men feel like they have access to our bodies, to our minds, to our souls for their own benefit. And that's what the fight is. A lot of women are gaining their power. Single mothers, wives are realizing that marriage is not what this fantasy that was given to me is all crafted up to be. And I'm not saying that don't get married. If you want to get married, get married, but know that men or women are different. Okay? So, women, as Tupac said, rest in peace, Tupac. In one of his songs, he said that men get their game from a woman. You know what song I'm talking about. Women. One of the reasons why there is a fight, a war against men and women, one of the reasons is because women are so tired of being breadcrumbed. And you know where that comes from? Being breadcrumbed by men. Oh, shoot. Being breadcrumbed by men. Where that comes from is because of us women. We teach a man how to treat us. You have to realize, women, that you are what society wants. Why do you think that rappers put women in their videos to boost the video? Why do you think there's people rather go to women's strip clubs more than they go to men's strip clubs. Even if them women are not even gay. They just like, look at them, right? Why do you think that attractive women are in certain commercials and this and that? Because they want access to us, our sexual creative energy. And if you don't understand that you are valuable, you don't understand that you are the prize, that you don't understand that a man has to work for you in order for him to even function in this world. Because sometimes it needs to be a balance, of course. But why do you think that men are breadcrumbing? Because you allow them to get access without having to work for it. And men will take advantage of that. I don't care how good that man is. He still can, kids take advantage. If you allow your kid, you know, there's a cookie jar on the counter, right? Because I used to do the same thing. You know, I know that I'm supposed to ask for those cookies, right? But my mom, you know, she saw me get a cookie one time, and I didn't ask her, but she saw me sneak in a jar, and I laughed, played it off, blah, 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 but I still got a cookie, but she didn't say nothing. Okay, here I come 2 hours later, I get another cookie. She still watched me. She didn't say anything. What am I going to do the third time? I am going to go in that jar without asking my mom until she gets fed up, or until she gets fed up and smacks my hand or puts the cookie jar up or whatever. But I'm going to keep taking advantage because my mom let it slide 2 times, a few times, and all that. All because maybe, you know, she assumed that I was going to ask. Maybe she just assumed, well, she's a good kid and da-da-da-da-da. But there's a moment where my mom was like, hold on, wait a minute. I know you're going to get cavities, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, you're not going to get no more cookies, right? But if you let me slide a few other times, well, why change now? Do you see where I'm going with this? You have to, and it's not just with men, you have to stop letting people slide. And then you snap. Because you did it. You did it. Men do not even come. Man, I'm on these dating websites. I'm on this dating website, right? And even if you meet a man in public, they always want some goddamn picture. Can I get a picture? No. What the hell? No, you're not getting a picture of me. Take me out. You liked my page. You liked my photo. You liked me. You contacted me and I liked you back. You contacted me. I already know what the reason for, but you ain't finna get none of that. I'm not finna sell my soul to you off some free stuff for you to have access. No. Ugh. And then they want me to send a picture. No. And ladies, stop sending a damn picture to these damn men. Because you're letting them not work. You're not letting them work for the access to you. And that's the reason why you're burnt out, you're tired, you feel heartbroken, you all this other stuff. Because if you don't understand your DNA coding or your genetic coding as a woman, you're going to constantly get taken advantage of. You're going to be constantly being sex slaves and slaves to men, constantly giving because you want love back. Like I gave you the whole analogy with the cookie jar and the mom. That's how it's going to be. Anybody can take advantage of you if you let them. Men don't even open the door correctly anymore. Men don't even bring you flowers on the first date. They want a picture of you when they first meet you. They want all this other extra stuff. Why can't you ask? Why can't you be brave and bold to say, no, you're going to take me out on a date. This, for example, I told him, I said, no, we can see each other in person. And I really been craving steak. And he was like, okay, we can only do it on the weekend, blah, blah, blah. And then this fool gonna ask me again. Or whatever. He's gonna ask me again, can you send a picture? And I said, no, I don't send pictures. And I appreciate you stop asking me. And some women who's like, no, that's so mean. Girl, these men out here be so bold to take advantage and have access to you, and you allow him to. Be the security and the dictator over your body, over your essence, over your mind. Because that's the reason why a lot of us, and yes, we got into a marriage, we had good intention, we wanted to be in a relationship, we wanted to be in love and things like that. But if you just paid attention to your well-being, if this person's really treating you right, really giving to you, right, and you feeling full and fulfilled, okay? But know when something is draining you, when it's taken from you, when it's hurting you. Okay, I'm back. So I had to go in the store real quick. But anyway, where was I? So a lot of times the reason why you're probably getting hurt all the time, you don't have enough self-awareness to know what your triggers are, how much you can handle, what you're going to allow in your life. You don't know nothing about you. And then when you're not for you, and you want somebody to tell you how to be a woman, how to cope with stuff, how to do this, a man can't teach you how to be a woman. From a wise woman who said this, a man can't teach you how to be a woman, sweetie. You got to learn how to be your type of woman, right? Okay? So, and a lot of women, y'all tend to take care of men like they your son. They're not. Men have survival instincts. They have survival instincts. It's programming their genetic makeup, who they are. If a man is coming to you and subliminally or trying to trick you to take care of him in some type of way, he don't like you. He do not like you. If you don't know how to survive as a man, that tells a lot about you. That man literally probably gets talked down to. He's overpowered. He's taken advantage of by other men in this world. He don't get what he want in life. So he comes to a woman to drain her, to get all her essence, to feel like he's a man. And he could do that through sex, through time talking to you, wasting time talking to you, not doing nothing for you, not taking you out. You want this fantasy, right? You want this illusion that is in your head. You want the romantic. You want the dates. You want to be flued out. You want to be going on vacation. You want the soft life. Why you don't walk in that then? Why you don't? First of all, you don't even give it to yourself. And a man would test you to see if you even about that life. Because if you not, and you want to prove to him that you ain't no gold digger, or you ain't this and that, but truly deep down, you really want it. Because you get mad at the next chick who's getting all of it, who don't have to work, or that man is compensating her life and things like that. You get mad at the next woman. I heard older women talk about that's bad. I've went 50-50 before in a marriage a long time ago. This is when I was like in my early 20s. And that man still cheated. That Now he ain't no damn man. That boy still cheated. That boy still was abusive. You see where I'm going with this? They don't care. First of all, he only got married because he wanted to get up in life, and he got married again. I'm pretty sure he's draining her and getting whatever he wants from her so he can live this lavish life. Even though he is working and all that stuff like that, he's benefiting from her from some reason. He benefited from with me, not for that long, because I wasn't dealing with that stuff. Right? Had a baby. I was tired. I'm like, I ain't trying to. No. And then you want me to do all this extra stuff? I don't think so. I'm tired. My body can't handle all that. No. I'm working overnight and all this stuff, and you telling me to do this, to cook, to clean, and then why this and this thing? That's because he was cheating on me, so he was taking out his anger. Probably when a girl couldn't meet him or do this, or she said no to him, he took out the anger on me. But baby, from that, lesson learned. Especially from my second child's father, lesson learned too. But anyway, I digress. You have to be self-aware. Because if you're not self-aware, you're going to fall for a lot of games. And that self-awareness tells you more about you. And if you don't know you, that man will project or put a placement on you. Meaning, really try to create you into a woman that they want, and that's usually subliminally a slave. You gotta watch out. Mars is a planet for my spiritual people. Mars is a planet of war, of aggression, of business. It could be a business taking action. It could be of haste. It could be of manipulation. It's survival. Mars is the planet, the go-getter planet. Mars is, and mind you, I said manipulation, because when you are in war, when you have these survival instincts, when they're kicking up, you're going to do whatever you can, whether it's manipulate situations and people. And sometimes manipulation don't have to be evil. We manipulate all day. We manipulate all day. We manipulate all day to get our way. We manipulate with our kids. We manipulate with our boss. Bosses manipulate us when we trying to get a job. The job manipulate us, tell us what this is, and then you find out when you get hired it ain't that, because they needed you. Art of seduction. That's part of Mars too, and that's a book, but they don't teach you how to use art of seduction in an evil way. To another person, it may seem evil, because you feel like you getting on to somebody. But let me tell you, a good person can use art of seduction. They don't know that they're using. A lot of times we do certain things that we project on other people. Oh, yeah, manipulating. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. We project it as being evil, but we do it in some type of way. So, if men are from Mars, what do you think? What's programmed in them? Manipulators. Like I said, it don't have to be evil, but it's in them. So it comes out. They manipulate themselves. They manipulate the world to get to power, to hold power. That is a part of power. That is part of power. So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna teach? Are you going to show men that all this need to change, because you are the leader of this? You are the leader of this. Without women in the world, I swear it'd probably be like the book of Eli. Without women in the world, it'll be the book of Eli. Men will be hunching themselves, killing each other more if there was not women in child. And then let me tell you, all women went on this whole, if the whole world transformed into women owning up and being in their power, you will see more men doing what women fantasize a man to do. Worship you, honor you, love you even if he don't love you. His actions will show that he is trying to impress. Men don't even impress women no more, because y'all allow some men to not even work for you, for your essence, for you. Men feel like they don't even have to, because there's women out there who are slaves to men. And y'all complain. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then, well, I don't really want to be like that. Okay, well then keep being a martyr then to them. Keep being a slave to them. If you step into your power, you say no, because no, this is how it's going to be. You don't have to say it like that, but like I just gave an example. I said, no, I'm not sending you no picture. We could see each other, and I have been craving steak, and he was like, okay, well, the weekends, blah 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 blah, and he asked again for a picture, and I said, no, I don't send pictures, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Stop asking. I don't know what he said off of that because I didn't read the message, right? I don't know you, and you don't know me, and therefore, since we don't know each other. You started talking to me. I didn't have to talk to your ass. I didn't have to talk to your ass. I ain't trying to get you. My balls ain't itching. Or I'm not itching. I don't have blue balls, sir. Shoot. And y'all have to stop looking at sex as love. It's not. Sex is not love. When you meet somebody, you don't have to have sex with them just to show that you good in bed, you're wife material. You showing this is how you're looking. You're looking like a peasant, and you're doing tricks in front of this man on this imaginary throne. You're putting him up on a pedestal, and you're doing all these tricks. You're wearing all these dusty clothes and stuff. I'm not saying you're wearing dusty clothes, but you're doing all these tricks to impress him, and you're sticking your hand out, or you're looking at him like, you see me, you're gonna choose me, you want me. That's how it looks. That's how it looks. And there are movies that literally show you that women can be honored. Look at the women like Cleopatra. There were queens. Study on queens. Study on women goddesses. Study on women who ran thrones and had men worship and honor. There's a place in India, and there's probably other countries too, where they honor the goddess. She has a sacred temple. They go to her for blessings and transformations and things like that. But it starts with self-awareness. Really, really think about this, y'all. Not even just think about it. Change now. Change now. Because if you don't get with the program, if you don't get with, I don't even say program, if you don't get with self-awareness and realizing who you are and things like that, you're going to just be left behind and suffering. And all the other women who's listening, reading the books and just listening to the advice of the wise women, the crones, the women who transform themselves into goddesses, you're going to be looking at them like, how do they have it all? How do they get by in life? Because they stepped into their power. So yeah, y'all have a good day.